Hi guys, I'm back with another video. Today I want to focus on beliefs and health. I feel like that's not really talked a lot about in regards to manifesting. We mainly focus on relationships, but I want to show you how strong your beliefs are. And I had an idea that I think a lot of people might understand when, instead of talking about the actualization of our beliefs, becoming assumptions, becoming like the wish fulfilled, because that gets confusing for some people. And I think the most challenging part is when you're reprogramming yourself for new beliefs, getting it into a state, a solidified state, staying there, and not wavering when you're dealing with a 3D. Because I know for me, that was the hardest thing to really get it down. When I was almost there, I just would slide in and out of my state, my assumption, my wish fulfilled. And once I knew what was going on, I no longer let the 3D control me. So this is a really good example of a belief system, and being aware of your beliefs and what they run in your mind. So this is holy water. But if anyone knows anything about holy water, it's literally just water that's been prayed over. And then if you believe in a certain set of belief systems, you believe that this water is holy because it was prayed over. Now, that just occurred to me that, oh, I believe this is holy water, but it's literally just water. But I've indoctrinated myself into believing that when water's prayed over or spoken to or words are said to something, the cells are affected, which is actually reality. I believe that that's not really debatable, but you can believe whatever you want. The point is that's like a very strong belief. And so that belief goes out and reflects back that that is holy water. And I believe that. So take something about your health as an example, about your body, maybe the way that you eat, or if you have an exercise regimen, or maybe you want to have an exercise regimen, or you want to feel better about your body. Maybe you don't have a lot of energy, whatever it is. You have to start telling your body that it feels the way that you desire it to. And the reason why I'm going to focus on this is because I'm big into the gym. I've been going to the gym since I was a teenager, and I will tell my body stuff. It's probably the first thing I even was aware that I was manifesting. I would tell my body stuff and it would do it for me. Because in order to go to the gym, you have to have your body do things at the gym. Your mind is doing that. So that's another really clear awareness or example of manifesting. I also got a message today, like someone was really struggling with manifesting their SP, and they were having all these emotions, and they started thinking that manifesting is not real. And so I wanted to also make this video because I think that a lot of people get to that point, or maybe get to a point where they're not sure if the manifestation is not coming to full fruition. They start to question, is this real? Is everyone else lying? How are they doing it and I'm not doing it? I definitely got to that place and really had to see it for myself. I believed that it was real. I just wanted to have it happen to me. So anyway, this video is also to try to encourage you that it doesn't matter who it is. You just have to start to become aware of your beliefs, what you're telling yourself, what you're visualizing, and it doesn't matter if it's before bed or not. Visualization and pictures create feelings. So you have to be aware of what you're thinking and letting your mind focus on. So you always want to be in the affirmative. That means the positive of a situation. Sorry, my dog's barking at something. But I remember before I really got into this, I would wake up in the morning and I would, in my mind, I started to become aware of it. I would go, I'm really depressed. And it would happen like during the winter time, because in the wintertime I would always say like, oh, I don't feel well in the winter, the sun's not out. And then I started to become aware of, I was saying that every morning, like, oh, I feel depressed. And I was like, holy shit, why am I saying that? And then I started to have awareness of saying something else, like different positive thoughts. I don't even remember exactly what they were, because now I just wake up happy naturally, which took me, I want to say like a while. I was always worried about something, thinking about something, having like a lot of just like fear-based type of, anxiety. And now my mind is now in the belief that everything is a gift, that every day is a gift, and whatever, I feel throughout the day. And you can choose your beliefs and you can create them in your mind. And then every day you're going to start to have changes. And one day it's just going to shift, and your identity is going to shift, and your health is going to shift, the way you feel about your person, you're in a relationship, your life. If you maybe were someone that didn't have good optimism or positivity, that's also going to shift. Your personality doesn't really change. I still feel like I'm the same but way happier, and I don't let the 3D run my emotions or create my happiness. Like, it's from within. That's the goal. You want whatever it is that you're working on to come from within. So when the 3D gives you any kind of nonsense, you're just like, I don't really care. Like, I already know it's coming. I'm not worried about that. That's not an issue for me, because I'm creating from within, and your mind and the awareness and all that is not out of your control anymore. You realize like, oh, I am creating my reality, and you start to feel empowered, but like not in an egotistical way, in a more like grounded, peaceful, happy, like, oh, I'm enjoying my life now. It's not a struggle or whatever is like happening. Because even if you have a lot of money, like, you're going to struggle with something. It's going to be like your romantic relationship or family, or maybe like addiction or health or whatever. So this encompasses everything. It's not just, one specific thing. Everything's from within. And if you read or study or do anything on, awareness, spirituality, it really becomes like an enlightenment. Eckhart Tolle talks about it. Like, you don't need anything outside yourself once you hit that level of awareness. You just know, like, it doesn't really matter. And you also know that this whole entire thing is temporary. But I don't want to start talking about that and scare people, because life is literally super short and temporary. So when your mind starts to create fear or do things like that, you can challenge it and be like, this is all just temporary. What I'm experiencing is just temporary. I'm only bringing that up because I went through a very difficult period where I was homeless for 2 months, and I had to tell myself, like, this is just temporary. This life is just temporary, because it was super crazy and chaotic and painful. But it brought so much awareness. I wouldn't even go back and do things differently. It brought me to a level of spiritual awareness that I never could have gotten if I was super comfortable in a house, not having any challenges, because literally everything awakens in you and goes deep, and you start to understand everything when you go through something challenging. So anything you're dealing with becomes a gift. It's what you are able to get out of it. And now I can coach people through anything, because I went deep and I changed a complete entire belief system, identity, whatever. And it was a lot. And I can explain it easier now to people and get them through it quicker than maybe what I had to deal with. Because teaching is key. and like lifting each other up is easy.